What is going on YouTube? My name is Mendez, and in today's video, we're going to be going over something I don't normally talk about, but this is my movement. This is going to be the movement guide of 2024. I haven't made a movement guide since I think 2021. If you guys are new to playing Warlock or would like to play Warlock, this is the video for you. I'm going to be going over things like how to move very fast off initial burst and why you should always use burst glide over any other jump. Burst Glide is the best jump in the game for Warlocks. One thing, just a quick little disclaimer. I'm not going to be going over snap skating or well skating in this video because those are two things that I don't think are necessary and usually are macroed by other players. Anyway, let's go ahead and start diving into the learning journey. If you guys would like to, I am a part of the Games to Give charity this year. In the description, I will have it in the pinned comment as well. If you guys would like to go and show some love over there. You guys can donate to a great cause, and you guys can also get emblems like the one that I currently rock myself. But other than that, let's get right into the video. I'm going to mention this before everything. If you guys do not get over, I believe it's 110 or 105 FPS, you guys cannot do this. You guys can still do like the initial burst chain, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's still fast. It's just you can't scroll wheel up slopes. So the higher FPS you have, the easier it is to do. And that's just kind of how that works. That's just a little disclaimer I wanted to mention before getting into the video. All right, we are in Mayhem. You guys are probably wondering why. This is going to be a long video. I'm going to try and do my best to cover everything that I can. So since this is the ultimate Warlock movement guide, we're going to start off, and this is going to be for any level. So if you guys are new to playing Warlock, bear with me here. First thing we're going to do, as you guys may see, I am using a lightweight hand cannon. And on top of that, I'm using transversive steps. This is something I use in my normal play. You guys don't have to use them. If you're on Warlock and you want the fastest speed and probably one of the best PvP exotics, transversive steps. All right, first step, we're going to go to our jump on whatever subclass you want. You guys can play any of these. And you're going to play Burst Glide. If you guys are going to want to be the fastest, you're going to want to be on Solar with Icarus Dash. Okay, first thing we're going to do. You guys hear that burst? That initial burst that I'm doing when I'm running, that's going to give us the most speed, momentum, whatever you want to call it. What I'm doing right now, I like to call this just momentum skating. It's pretty much just bursting, scroll wheel down. We're going to run, hit that initial burst, and at the same time as hitting that initial burst jump like this, we're going to hit our Icarus Dash keybind. The reason that I said you're going to want to be on Solar for this is obviously because of Icarus Dash. If you guys are not, bear with me. So, what you're going to do, hit your spacebar and Icarus Dash at the same time. You will go a lot farther. When you're not doing your initial burst and your Icarus Dash at the same time, you will not go anywhere. That's how far you go. Like, come on. We're going to need to speed it up here. So, you run. You can even add in momentum skating. One little tip. Momentum skating is essentially carrying your momentum by using your burst glide. So when I want to bounce and I want to keep my momentum going all the way over there, I have to time it out right. Just like that. So yeah, that's momentum skating. And if you guys are on another class, for example, we'll go on Stormcaller. So if you guys want to move fast on Stormcaller or any class that isn't Dawnblade, you guys can just make sure you have the burst glide. And you guys are going to have to find slopes, slants, any, staircase, and you zoom. How you do this? This is scroll wheel skating. What you're going to do, I know I should have mentioned this earlier, but I had to cut the portion of the video earlier. Anyway, you go to keyboard and mouse, and you guys are going to go to your jump keybind. I have mine as scroll wheel down. This will help me out. You guys can do scroll wheel up, whatever is more comfortable for you when you're playing. The only thing that I will say, do not macro this. It is not needed to be macroed. It is an easy mechanic that most people don't know about. And the reason they don't know about it is because they don't play Warlock. That's as simple as that. Every single class has a scroll wheel mechanic. For example, Titans have Titan skating. Just scroll wheel, scroll, 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 scroll. Hunters, if you scroll wheel, you guys can silent your jump. Unless they patch that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they used to be able to silent jump. Anyway, what you're going to do, find yourself a staircase. I went to Eternity because this map is just, full of slants. It has a long way where I can practice my Dawnblade. Anyway, you're going to find a slant and just scroll. Any slant you want. I think I could even do it off of this. Yeah. So, once you hear that, fast burst attack, I call it a burst attack, but once you hear that fast burst, that means you hit the scroll wheel skate. And you'll go really fast as well. faster than what you normally go. That's pretty much scroll wheel skating. Just a quick little disclaimer. This part of the video is mainly for the Stormcaller Warlocks. I am going to be using Chaos Reach just to kind of, I guess, mess around with this. What we're going to do, we have the certain aspect called Lightning Surge. This is another movement mechanic you guys can use. It is pretty much the uppercut when you slide. As you guys can see that my melee down on the bottom left, it changes when I slide. That means your Lightning Surge is ready. All right. Let's just say, hypothetically, there's 6 enemies on that flag over there, and I need to watch it and I have my super. You could either just normally pop your super like this, which also makes you easier to hit, or you could do this. You just swing out a lot faster. I'm not going to lie, Chaos Reach, it is very easy to get hit when you're standing like this in the sky. So when you add in that slide mechanic, Lightning Surge, you chain momentum with that. You can do that with Stormcaller as well. And the reason that I'm adding this into the video is due to the fact that a lot of people actually want to play Stormcaller. It is a good subclass to an extent, I'll say that. The melee is really what carries it, but it is also a movement mechanic. And I want people to know that you can use that for movement. You don't have to always just sit there and save your melee for kills. You can use it if you're in a sticky situation and need to get out. You're out. The next part we're going to talk about. If you guys are on controller, I want you guys to listen up. You guys can do the same thing. You can't do the scroll wheel skate like this, the bounce, but you guys can do something close to it. So what you're going to do is hit your jump button at the same time of hitting your Icarus dash. After you hit your jump button and get that initial burst dash, you are going to hit your jump button again, and you're going to bounce off the ground. When you're close to the ground, hit your jump button, and then you will hit it again. Kind of like so. The main thing that's hard about playing Warlock is paying attention to your uptimes. So mainly for me, I'm always looking at the left side of my screen, paying attention to my Icarus dash cooldown. And when I do that, I bounce on the ground, keep bouncing, and I have my Icarus dash again. You guys can do this on controller. Obviously not what I just did on these stairs, but you guys can do the bounce that I'm talking about. It's all about timing. That's all Warlock is. Timing and watching your uptimes. So I know this isn't Warlock related, but this is something that people have always asked me. How do I do my sliding so much? How do I chain my sliding with my hand cannon shot? And I'm going to teach you guys how. So the first thing we're going to do, if you guys are going to be looking one way, you can 180 like this and add a slide. Just like this. It looks like this. It's going to look really weird when you're not moving, but just replicate that on whatever side you want to do this on. And I can even do it slower. So you pretty much just have your mouse 180, have your mouse 180. Once you add in that slide, it looks like that. My sense is extremely fast, so if you guys ever see me play live, you guys know I do that all the time. Another thing I should mention, if you guys are going to spam slide, kind of like how I play, you guys will run into a thing called dead sliding. After 13 slides, or on your 13th slide, you will always dead slide, which I'm going to try and proc it as we're speaking. And what dead sliding is, it's essentially that. I just crouch for no reason. I was on a chain for my slides, but I think it's every 13th slide will always guarantee a dead slide. How you counter that? You don't. You just got to live with it. As I'm talking about sliding, sliding is your #1 thing in this game. It helps you get, first off, easy picks. And on top of that, easy shots for your first shot. Say there's an opponent around the corner. The fastest way that he doesn't know I'm going to peek this is sliding. If you peek like this, you will die. Unless you're trolling. But other than that, the fastest way to peek someone, if you know where they are, just like this. That's not hard to do. What I'm doing right there is not hard to do. It's just spam sliding. You look left, you look right. You just look far enough so that your camera registers that you are sliding and you want to go said direction. If you don't look a certain direction, you're just crouching. So like this. I'm not looking far enough, I'm just crouching. There we go. Now we're looking far enough. And I'm not saying you have to look yonder. You're not having to do that. 360s and whatnot. You just need to look a certain direction to make sure you're guiding yourself the right way. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything. Like I said, I'm not going to cover well skating or snap skating in this video just because they aren't really needed in PvP. And most of the people that do them, they macro them. Let's be real. Although that looks sick, I do have a video on how to well skate if you guys are interested in doing that for PvE. I have one more thing that I'm going to mention. And the one thing that I'm going to mention is when I should use Burst Glide versus when I should not. I think the only class that you should ever not use Burst Glide is Dawnblade. And I'm going to show you guys why. We're going to swap to Daybreak. And we're going to put on Strafe Glide. This has been in the game for a very, very, very long time. And if you guys ever want to have fun in sixes, you're going to have to sacrifice jumping normally. Like, see how slow this is? It's a little bit slow. You can't really scroll wheel skate like how you normally do with Burst Glide. You pop your super, right? And like I said, make sure you guys have Strafe Glide. Pop your super, and you can go zoom mode. What I mean, this. You just got to be careful because you can die from it. So, if you want to have fun, troll some opponents, go zooming around, you guys can do that. Add in the Strafe Glide. And this is kind of going to hint at what I'm talking about next, and that is Heat Rises. Yes, this works with Heat Rises. If you proc Heat Rises, you can go extra far. You get your double dash, just like last time. It is one of the fastest ways you can move in the game. I don't know if I would ever use that in an actual game without, like, wanting to troll. But it does look sick when you add Strafe Glide into Dawnblade. Let's be real. Because at what point do you ever go this fast? You don't ever really see people flying around like a demon like that. Okay. We almost just died. If you guys want to catch me live, you guys can catch me live over on my Twitch. I will pretty much always be playing Warlock if I'm streaming Destiny 2. Just because that's my favorite class to play. Most enjoyable. Other than that, that pretty much sums up the video. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two. If you guys need help with any movement tech or have any questions, concerns, any complaints about anything that I have mentioned in the video, you guys already know there's a comment section. You guys can also message me on my Discord server. I will help you guys out. And thank you guys so much for giving me your time. Hopefully you guys went on to enjoy. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.